Hi folks, just Ben here. I bought Watch Dogs last night, midnight opening at my local game store. Thought I'd give it a bit of a go today, and I played around with the graphics a little bit. Bought it on PC, just wanted to see how the graphics were. As you can see, there's a bit of a glitch and very low frame rate. I'll show you the settings I've got.
You're like the third guy to do that today. What the fuck?
Right, now we're in the settings. You can see in the display I've got the resolution to 1080p, got the refresh rate at 60, aspect ratio on auto, windowed mode on full screen. At the moment I've got it on VSync on 1 frame, GPU max buffer frame on 3. As you can see, textures on ultra, and just then for that bit of gameplay the anti-aliasing was on MSAA 8. So I'm just going to change some of those now, see if it makes any difference. Right, so I changed those settings, took the VSync off completely, put the GPU max buffer frames down to 1, and just decided to turn the anti-aliasing all the way up to TXAA4X. So let's see how that plays. Right, we've still got the graphics issue. Oh, and the frame rate is sort of way below what it should be. I'll just give you a quick indication what my graphics card is. I've got a GTX 770, 2GB, which should be, to be honest, should be enough, I feel, to play this game on Ultra. I don't feel that the graphics on this game are that amazing compared to some. Possibly badly optimized, who knows? Right, decided to fiddle around with the graphics again. So I've put the anti-aliasing, put that all the way down. See what that does. Okay, so that sorts out the weird glitchy issue. Still seem to be running at about 27 frames per second there, which isn't great at all. So if we have a look around, I mean, I don't think, to be honest, that the textures are that amazing. You know, I would expect with the E3 demo, textures on that, you know, might be able to run slowly. Had another fiddle with the graphics. Decided to change this up to 5, see what difference it made. Put that all the way up again. Put that all the way up. See what difference that made. Right, glitchy graphics again, see-through. Nice and stealthy, but I don't think that's the idea. Again, frame rate drops down to about 20. Just try and put it through its paces, really. So yeah, I mean, even when sort of looking at the floor, not doing too much graphically, it's sort of down to about 26. So let's change them up again. So let's drop that to 1 frame. Put that on 3 frames, and let's drop this all the way down to MSA 8, which the video memory card required is 2GB, which I've got, so should be alright. Still got the glitch, and the frame rate looks even worse. Maybe not worse, but it's definitely not better. Right, so I'm going to change that, put VSync off, let's leave it on 1 frame, and put the GPU max buffered frames down to 1, and I'm going to put that on MSAA times 2. Right, so yet again we've still got that glitch. Let's try and get rid of that. Okay. Seems to be the anti-aliasing that's doing it, so I decided to drop it down to SMAA. That sorts out the glitch, and that gives us sort of 30 frames per second, but that still drops down. Still on ultra settings, which, as far as I'm aware, the requirements are about 3GB of VRAM, which I do not have. But as I said before, I don't believe this game should need that much. Just possibly badly optimized. So I thought I'd give it another go, put the VSync off, see if I can improve the frame rate. which it kept it sort of a little bit more steady at 30 frames per second. Give it a bit of a test. See if we can get some action. Yeah, so the frame rate didn't drop for that. Let's go and have a quick run around and see if we can get it to drop. Yeah, staying pretty good at the moment, solid 30 frames per second.
Alright, never mind.
Then there's sort of weird times where it will just drop. I mean, when I turn the camera around, is an obvious one. It's got to do a lot of sort of graphical work. But yeah, maybe I feel it does it a little bit more than it should. But I do have the graphics on ultra. As I said, it's maybe a bit too much for my card at the moment. So yeah, I wanted to mess around with this again. See what it looks like with the anti-aliasing off. And, I can see straight away that you can see the ridges of the pixels. No, not the pixels. Polygons or whatever you want to call them. It just looks a bit, well, literally rough around the edges. So I thought I'd give it a little run around, see if we could improve the frame rate. Yeah, let's put that back up. So I decided to try it on MSA A2. Now I've changed some of the other settings and stick it on VSync. Just wanted to just really mess around with it. I know I'm probably repeating the same things over and over again, but yeah, for whatever reason this time we don't have the graphical glitch. Sorry, and again it seems to be steady 30 frames per second. It drops there for not really any reason as far as I could see. You know, fast camera movements are always going to take it down, but yet again there, drop down to sort of 20 for not much reason, and again there. Just sort of annoying sort of slowing down of the frames per second, which kind of just sort of takes away from the gameplay a little bit. And there, just sort of jumping through that smoke, and that sort of took it down to about 17 frames per second, sort of really slowly. Not something you want to do while you're running away from the police or trying to catch a bad dude.
But I'll be ready.
Alright, so I changed the texture settings to high, just to see what difference it would make. As you can see, there's still that graphical glitch, still dropping below 30 frames per second. These are the graphic settings that I've got it on. I've got the VSync on 2 frames highest, again GPU max buffer frames on highest, anti-aliasing on the highest. As you can see, so I just wanted to sort of test it on the high texture setting, see what difference it made. So let's give it a proper little run through. Yeah, as you can see, stuff's still invisible. Seems to be stable-ish at 30 frames per second. But we've still got the graphic issue. So let's put the VSync down to 1. Yeah, let's put it on 1 frame. Let's lower the GPU max buffer frames to 2, and let's see if we can get rid of that graphical glitch. Let's put it on MSA A times 8. Right, still got the graphical glitch. And frame rate has dropped significantly, actually, down to sort of 24, 23 frames. So let us put that down. Yeah, let's try it on. Yeah, let's try it on MSA 2. Let's put max buffer frames down to 1. Yeah, let's put them down to 1. Let's see how that works.
You heard me.
It seems even. No. Okay, so the frame rate is stabilised a little bit on there. We've still got that graphical glitch. See if we can get rid of that. Let's turn anti-aliasing off quickly. Right, so again, that gets rid of the graphical glitch, but again, everything is rough around the edges, polygons, etc. So let's put the anti-aliasing on MSAA2. So this worked on Ultra, but it didn't work this time. Still had the graphical glitch. Let's see if we can get rid of that. Let's put it on temporal SMAA. Alright, let's get rid of the graphical glitch. Steady 30 frames per second. Let's go and see what we can get out of that. See if it sort of slows down at all. Seems pretty stable. So yeah, even when turning the camera, it doesn't seem to drop too much. Unlike on Ultra settings, which is obviously understandable. But to be honest, I can't see a huge amount of difference between the graphics. I mean, to be fair, my monitor's not great, but I've seen significant sort of differences with other games. So between Ultra and High, not a huge amount of difference. So the frame rate is pretty stable, or very stable. Don't think I've seen it drop. So yeah, this is probably the graphic setting I'll use. It seems like really stable. Things don't look sort of too bad at all. Obviously, compared to the E3 demo, the graphics are way lower, way lower. But that seems to work. I hope this was informative. Just wanted to kind of show you my side of things. Hope you enjoyed that. I've also put a Vigilante Edition unboxing on my YouTube. I mean, obviously with this video it's all variable. This is just using my system. Not everyone will have the same thing, but I hope you enjoyed it. Cheers.